All right, you ready? You want me to take the lead, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me, I have my little notes of things I want to talk about.
Would you consider advising the country to ban smartphones during school hours?
I do think that we should have restrictions on phones in the school setting. We fundamentally have to understand that these devices, and in particular social media, is behaving largely as an addictive element.
Newburgh Free Academy Assistant Principal Ebony Clark says banning phones has helped cut down online bullying.
All I'm doing is giving them the opportunity to engage in school and leave the drama outside these doors.
Now that you don't have that distraction during the school day, how much has it helped you as a person?
I'm more confident in who I am. And I think that just comes from not being able to worry about what other people are saying about me, just being me.
Meg Oliver.
Whoa, that was pretty deep.
Yeah, sure.
I kind of like the fact that they're taking this approach because I just believe that when I was that young, I didn't really have access to so much information. And I think for youth, when you're going to school, you know, we have youth from different type of learning needs, right? They're supposed to be going to school to focus.
Right.
And I feel like when they on those phones, they're taking in so much information from just the news and the media, what's going on, what's happening in their neighborhood, all the drama that's going on, the bullying, the he say, she say, the stories, the instigating. It's just a lot of information to take in. They're constantly checking their phone to see who liked the post, who didn't like the post, who commented, comparing themselves to their colleagues of who posted this picture and comparing it to another person. So I just think that it allows the students to really focus on what they came to school for. So I like the fact that New York is already taking that approach of saying, you know what, we're gonna start really getting our kids back to a positive state of mind and well-being with what school is really built for. And it's like you can still have access to it, but when you leave school. So
Yeah.
I kind of like that approach.
And I do, because I feel like that's the first step
Mhm.
of actually taking back control of our classroom.
Mhm.
Because I feel like when you have a teacher there that's trying to teach, that's their domain. So a kid should know once they walk inside their classroom, that allows their teacher to be able to teach them and do their job. Because you never know if a child has a learning disability if they're on their cell phone all the time. Because a lot of times you may have a kid who's struggling with reading and things like that, but you would never be able to identify it because he or she may use the phone as something as a defense mechanism. So it's like if the teacher tell them, hey, why you keep being on the phone so much? You're supposed to be listening to school. The kid, you never know if the kid is like really that they can't read or they can't write.
So
You
they
know,
distract themselves.
they
So
distract
teachers might
themselves
look
with
at it as
with the
defiance,
phone,
but
right?
it's like this is their coping
Yeah,
mechanism.
and then at the same time, you don't allow the teacher to be able to teach and see where the kids are lacking at. Just like when I was in school, like teachers broke us up in groups and things like that. And our teacher was able to identify our struggling needs. And so every day that I came to school, they had a system. And I feel like the phones don't allow the teacher to gain the momentum to do their system like they need to teach.
Yeah, and I think also the phones and banning phones during school hours also helps to decrease anxiety and decrease depression because these kids get so much information, they don't know how to compartmentalize what's truth and what's non-fictional or what's happening and what's real and not real. So the way that they internalize themselves is how they see themselves through the world. And when you see that phone, you constantly comparing yourself with what you have versus what you don't have, what they doing and what you not doing. And it's like you can't even focus on you because you're constantly trying to keep up with everything else going on. And it doesn't allow them to be kids, to be like, I am where I am today and let me be happy about that. They constantly reaching for something that's not attainable, that's not really realistic, you know?
I feel like in everything you said is right, but I said we have to build that structure in the classroom. We got to let the teachers be respected and show who they are up in the classroom, right? Because when you send your kid to school, you want your kid to learn and you trust the teacher to be able to teach. They have to have an opportunity to teach.
Yeah.
So I say, yes, that's a good step to actually,
Improving our students' mental health in our communities.
Exactly.
And so I guess we want to throw it out. How do you guys feel? Do you guys think that if they try to extend this rule throughout our school, throughout our countries. How do you feel about schools being, phones being banned in schools? We just want to see your outlook on it. Feel free to comment, like, repost, share. We
Yeah.
want to hear your thoughts.
Well, we really want to hear your thoughts because this is a big topic, and I know we have, parents that have a lot of things to say about this. But we understand safety and security. But at the end of the day, we want our kids to learn and understand what they're getting sent to school for.
Yeah. All right. We tapping out, y'all. Thank y'all for watching.
CBSC.
So we can cut that, but yeah. And then what it do when we end it here,